What up, folks? It's your man NG on Double G, hitting with a brand spanking new concert review. Right off the bat, we got a brand new performance from the legends Kanye West and Drake. This one is for Larry Hoover. It's a benefit concert put on by your man J Prince of Rap-A-Lot Records, the OG, triple OG, quadruple OG in the game. And everybody seems to be afraid of this dude. Anyway, jumping right into it, this concert was put on for the Chicago legend and ex-drug kingpin Larry Hoover. His relationship with Kanye is that they're both from Chicago, and they had some business with J Prince, and J Prince was able to connect everybody and be able to put this concert on. If you're not familiar with Larry Hoover like I was, I got a little bit of information on him. He's currently been in solitary confinement, serving a life sentence for the last 25 years. He's been in Supermax, where he's in solitary confinement for 24 hours. They even change the security guards on him and rotate them often so that he doesn't build a relationship with them and influence them. He's serving a life sentence for a bunch of charges and some drug charges for the most part. He's a legend from the 70s, and they decided to put this concert on to help alleviate some of his sentences and hopefully get him out of that solitary confinement. Jumping into the concert, the legends Kanye and Drake, Ye, they both walk in together. They're smoke and they're at the LA Coliseum. This concert was put on December 9th. It seems like a lot of people were upset that it started late, especially the East Coast viewers. If you know Kanye's shows, they're pretty extravagant. Sometimes they might be a little bit off when it comes to being cordial with the time. He might not be on time sometimes, but it's definitely worth it once the show gets cracking. The stage design is exactly what you were going to expect from Kanye. He moves around, there's freaking fog everywhere, lights, and there's even a pretty long intro from the Sunday service choir, where they pretty much introed both the artists in, and Kanye took the lead, where it kind of felt like it was about to be a versus battle, but ended up feeling more so like what the bill said, Kanye with the special guest Drake. He definitely took the light and took the show by the horns, and pretty much gave you what you would expect from a Kanye show. If you've never been to one, that's exactly how they are, and they're pretty dope. You might want to check that out if you haven't. Getting on to the set list, Kanye definitely came out with the heavy hitters. He started off right from the top of his career with College Dropout songs into Graduation, into 808. Definitely all the hits that you wanted to hear that get the crowd super hype. And man, the reaction was pretty nutty. He was able to let them sing certain parts, but he really took it by control, and he performed a lot of his songs with no backtrack and no additional vocals. At least I couldn't tell. If you could tell, you let me know, put it in the comments or something. The songs that Kanye chose were very impactful. The timeline just gave you this nostalgic feeling of hey, that's classic old Kanye. When it comes to Drake though, of course it's the same stage that they shared, but Drake's set list was more so of his new songs, and they definitely didn't connect with the crowd like that because maybe they didn't have that impact or that same feeling or connection for whatever reason, other than them being brand new songs that just came out a couple months ago. He did perform the Way Too Sexy joint and the 21 Savage joint, but he was doing this leg thing, jumping thing. I've never been to a Drake concert, so I found it kind of funny that he was doing the leg thing. But he was giving the crowd the microphone a lot, where it wasn't really so much of a performance from Drake as we got from Kanye. And I think Drake had his backtrack in the performance, so he was kind of rapping over some of his own vocals. It kind of loses the feel of authenticity. It kind of feels like you're just listening to it somewhere else, and the artist is just getting you to be the performer instead of them performing for you. What kind of show is that? I don't know. They were together for some tracks, including the hits like Forever and it sounded pretty good when they were mixing it up together. We had Mike Dean somewhere in there, adding some extra keys in there and some extra bass lines. It sounded pretty cool on some parts, but I did think he drowned them out on a few parts. He had a part where Kanye was closing out his performance, and he did Find Your Love, which he actually wrote and produced for Drake's first album. It was actually meant for Rihanna, but Drake ended up getting it. That's actually one of my favorite songs by Drake. On the flip side, Drake came in, he introduced his set by performing Kanye's new song 24. He sounded pretty good on there. I don't know if they're gonna come out with some official remix with both of them on it, but I wouldn't be too mad at it. There were some Drake highlights and some disappointments. I'm not really the biggest Drake fan. I wouldn't say I'm a fan at all, but I do like some of his songs, and I won't deny his talent and his ethic. But when it came to this performance, he did a lot of his recent songs, and it just was not hitting like that. Some of the people that were in the crowd were completely dead. I hear some people saying that's how LA folks are. I'm not too sure. I'm from LA, so when I go to shows and stuff like that, I'm pretty hyped because it's probably one of my favorite artists, or else I wouldn't be there. He did some songs that were kind of like what you expected. I did hear Life Is Good. That song did grow on me. I'm not really a big fan of that sound, so it was pretty cool seeing him perform that one. But his energy was not always there as I would expect it to be from a Drake concert. Like I said before, I haven't been to one before, but I thought his performance would be way stronger than that. Even with those songs being brand new, I just thought maybe, I don't know, it's Drake, right? Kanye, on the other hand, he performed all of the hits from his discography, and it was pretty amazing to see him in his 40s just putting it down like that, like he was when he was in his early 30s and late 20s. So to see him busting out those classic dance moves that he does in his music videos is pretty entertaining, and it also brought back that feeling of, man, that's old Kanye. That's the Kanye that we love. That's the Kanye that we were raised on. For people that were probably, my age, mid-30s and such, and people that may be a little bit younger, you remember Kanye's music hitting you a certain way. He may have lost some fans and lost a connection with some people with more of his recent efforts, but he's still Kanye. He's still the man, and he did bring it that night at that concert. It really makes me think about the dynamics of both of them performing. It really showed you how Kanye is more artistic and has a deeper connection with his crowd, and it just kind of blew Drake out of the water. It made it seem like if this was a versus, Drake probably would have lost, but that's given the set list that we had on that particular night. I don't know what would have happened may Drake have performed his hits that are like just super bangers. They were pretty forgettable, other than the two new ones and the couple that he did with Kanye. I really didn't remember what he performed, but I know it wasn't the ones that I really loved from him. There was an emphasis on the impact of uniting and coming together, the Titans coming together for a bigger purpose beyond them and trying to make this history. I thought that was pretty commendable, and I do respect the both of them for that, and it makes me love hip-hop even more to see that it's able to bring something or create such a moment that brings people together. And even for this situation, which was a benefit concert, I'm not too sure how much this is going to make a difference in Larry Hoover's case, unless they have some kind of strings that they're pulling behind the scenes. I'm not too sure about all that stuff. If you guys know anything about that, leave some links in the comments, or let us know what you might know about the case, or what you might know about the history of everyone involved in this situation. I thought it was pretty crazy how this benefit concert was put on by Amazon instead of a music titan like Apple or maybe even Spotify. I know Kanye has his issues with those two companies, but you never know what can go down. We didn't think we would get a Kanye and Drake concert by the end of the year, right? Especially with everything that was been going on coming to the end of this year. But it was quite the pleasant surprise and quite entertaining to see at least Kanye do his thing that we know him for. Like when it comes to CLB and Donda, I honestly haven't gone back to either one of the albums. I really didn't catch too many vibes from the Drake album. I did like the joint with the Masego sample. I may have like 2 or 3 tracks on there. They weren't pulling enough strings for me enough to come back to them like that. I really didn't care for them when it comes to the replay value. As far as the Kanye joint goes, I did see the performances and everything, and I did get goosebumps quite a few times. I just haven't gone back to listen to the album in its entirety, especially with the changes that have been made since its drop. Overall, I'm not too sure what Drake's intention was with this performance. I'm not sure if he wanted to just let Kanye do his thing and shine, do exactly what the bill said, put on a Kanye concert featuring the special guest Drake. That's definitely what it felt like. And the whole Larry Hoover situation, I'm not too sure if it's really gonna make a difference. This concert, it does solidify what Kanye is and who Kanye is and what he means to the culture and the art and even to American history now by becoming the person he has become as of today in December 2021. One thing I will mention is the merch by Balenciaga was pretty crummy. I thought there was a lack of creativity, but I'm not too sure. Maybe Larry Hoover wanted some stuff that looked like that. Like, comment, and share. This has been a concert review. Kanye and special guest Drake's benefit concert. Free Larry Hoover. Let me know what you folks think. So like, comment, and share. Be sure to subscribe to the channel. It's your boy Angie on Double G. Us the folks.